Hey gang, Ozman here with my first Sitrep in Prepare for Battle. No snazzy edited opening for this one. No, I've only got so many of them in the shot locker at the moment, so I'm not going to use them for my Sitrep. Sitrep is just a video where I talk generally about how things are going, as opposed to the first two videos, which have been about specific concepts, issues, items that are occurring as I transition to PC. Now, I should say from the outset that this video wasn't captured very well. The audio was captured in mono, which is a bit unforgivable, and for some reason the frames are actually jerking around a bit, so if it looks a bit choppy or jerky, that's nothing to do with the gameplay. It's just the way DX Story captured the footage. I don't know, for some reason this time it was just a bit strange. This is Conquest Large on Strike at Karkand, one of my favourite maps, 64 player. So just jumping right in, boots and all, into the ultimate PC experience. I have to say I'm enjoying it immensely. There are lots of games that are frustrating, but most of the time I'm enjoying it. I'm not. My attitude's a bit more casual because I realise that I'm going to be hopelessly outgunned by most players coming to PC this late. Furthermore, I'm still learning the controls and things like that, so my expectations aren't that high. If I want to play really well, really seriously, I jump back on the Xbox. I'm running the ACWR, which I found to be a very effective weapon for me starting out on PC, I think because of its very manageable recoil. So I'm bursting the weapon a lot, and it's paying dividends. In a minute you'll be able to hear that rather distinctive bursting. I do this all the time on Xbox, so it's no big difference for me, so I'll butt out for a second so you can actually hear the way I burst the weapon. So the bursting seems to work quite well. I mean, I got a few kills there. Not too much difficulty. I'm assaulting the D point here, almost because of the novelty, because it doesn't exist in Xbox. And one thing that's happened is you'll see that even though I'm lone wolfing, it's very rare that I don't have other players from my team to back me up. There's just lots more people, obviously, in a 64-man conquest, even with the bigger map. So, again, burst fire for the win. Well, you hear a lot of the great YouTubers, great PC players talk about recoil management, using the mouse to counter the recoil. I just haven't mastered that yet. I find that I can, do it in empty servers, but I'm still yet to really have proficiency with that. But I'm sure that'll come. I might do some more stuff on recoil management once I've learned how to do it, but I still find at the moment bursting's very comfortable for me because it's pretty much how I do things on Xbox, where recoil management's basically impossible with controllers. Anyway, let's just pause for a second here. Now, you heard that single shot that I just did? Yes, I did do that by accident. My mouse has very sensitive mouse buttons, which are really good for fast reaction times on first-person shooters, but it does mean that I will occasionally shoot by accident a single shot, which is usually not that big an issue, but if I'm trying to be sneaky, it can be a real pain. So that's just something I need to work on with my mouse control. I do a full auto burst here, and that seemed easier to control with a mouse than it would on Xbox, but that's just anecdotal. And in a second you'll see just another little cheeky single shot. There it is. And here we are, promoted. It's kind of I don't know, it's a nice little thrill to get promotions where you get lots of weapons and unlocks and things again. I'm not suggesting that you all reset your stats and try that from scratch, but I'm finding it mildly amusing there. Now, I'm pretty certain my next video will be on mice that I use and why I use them and which ones I'm trying, so look out for that one next. That'll require a little bit more work because I'll have to actually video my hand, but that will probably be the next cab off the rank. So using chat here, again something you can do on PC but not on Xbox, it's certainly no replacement for voice comms, and I'm really the only person I've ever been in voice comms with is iFly. I've got to work out a good way of getting into voice chat with people, but that is something that is so much simpler on consoles, especially on Xbox where parties and everything are set up nicely. Now this map is quite large, you know, it's Conquest large, but even with the bigger map size, it just always feels like there are people and vehicles everywhere. You don't have to go far to find a fight in Conquest large. So many different vehicles to shoot at with my RPGs. That E flag that you see every now and then is chock full of vehicles constantly trying to rush the bridge. So there's always plenty of fun in games. And I'm not at all intimidated by that. It's lots of fun, although it does feel a little bit out of control just because you'll get shot from angles that you never get shot from in Xbox matches. Like people will spawn at the D flag and come up behind you at the E flag, and you're just not used to people being able to do that. But that'll come with time and experience. Now here you see me absolutely fail with the keys. I'm trying to pull out my RPG, I get my mines out, I get flustered, my fingers don't reach the keys properly, and it's a classic key fail. If you're watching gameplay videos that I do for this series, you'll see a few of these I suspect to start off with, trying to defib tanks or throwing med packs on top of people before trying to defib them, but that's all part of the fun. So start wrapping up here. How am I finding it? I'm finding it obviously a lot of fun. It's Battlefield, it's always going to be a fun game. I'm keeping a very realistic attitude as to my capabilities and what I can and can't achieve at the moment. It doesn't mean I'm not ambitious to become better. And in fact, in this game, which was a nice one, I actually came fourth on the scoreboard with a KED of 42 kills to 23 deaths. Which is a really reasonable performance. I'm really pleased with that, given that I'm still finding my feet, still fumbling for controls, still not in comms with squad mates. So I can do it. I can use my Battlefield head. I still have a lot of experience, you know, almost 800 hours of Battlefield under my belt. So really all I have to learn are a few differences and learn the controls. So you'll see that the videos that I'm coming up with for this series at the moment are all about learning the controls. Anyway, I better wrap up. So with Sitrep number 1, I hope you guys are finding something useful or enjoyable out of this. Please leave suggestions for what I can do in the series in comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks gang. Cheers.